My name's Tom Compton. I'm Managing Director of English Woodlands Timber, and today we're going to be talking about sweet chestnut. Sweet chestnut, its Latin name is Castanea sativa. It's a species in the Fagaceae family, not to be confused with horse chestnut or the conker tree that we all know as kids. It also produces nice seeds which we can eat, very tasty. You can roast them, grind them into flour, make cakes, mainly found across Europe, into Western Asia and North Africa. It's thought to have been introduced into the UK by the Romans circa 300 BC. Archaeologists often use the pollen from trees to date soil, and they don't find much sweet chestnut pollen before about 300 BC, which gives us that indication of time when it came. In the UK now, it goes from particularly southern part of England all the way up to Scotland and into the west of the country, but it really likes a nice dry warm climate, free draining soils. It doesn't like heavy wet soils, and is well adapted to high temperatures. So what does it look like? So as a single maiden tree in the forest, it can reach up to 40 metres in height. It's a very elegant, but quite well tapered tree, and produces some magnificent boles of timber. As an open grown tree, it will spread its crown, and often you'll see it in parklands. It was a favourite tree of the great 18th century landscapers. Capability Brown used it to great effect in his parklands, and if you see it alongside an oak tree, magnificent tree. It also is often seen as a coppice tree. It's a very well adapted tree. If you cut it, the buds just under the bark, lower down in the stem, will regrow, and so you'll often see a tree with lots of stems all emanating from one root structure, and this makes it very well suited to a silvicultural practice known as coppicing. And this is when the tree is cut every 25 or 30 years. The root is left, but manages very quickly to resprout. So in one growing season, the stems from a cut root base can reach 6, 7 or 8 foot tall. It's very rapid growth from a older rootstock. So whilst the trees and the stems that you see above ground are maybe only 25 or 30 years old, the rootstock from which they grow has been cut many times, and so is 300, 400, even 500 years old. And the base of the rootstock gets gradually wider and wider and wider until they can be often 6 or 8 foot wide.